Do you know who your customers are? Do you know who your primary customer segments are that are buying your product or service? And then do you know the additional segments of your audience that are out there buying for different reasons or could be buying but aren't because you're not talking to them? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use a simple copy and paste recipe that I call my creative brief recipe that helps as a starting point to align your messaging, your brand, and your vision for speaking to customers in all sorts of different audience segments. Now, again, with the key with this recipe is that it is there to generate and help with brainstorming and ideation, but also giving you ideas that you can take and go much deeper on. But if you're serving just one or two different customers with a product or service, imagine if there were some things that you never considered and a perspective that you might not have seen before, but with the help of AI, now you have. So what I'm going to do is give you a demonstration, a real world example of how a company of mine, Side Hustle Games, used AI to help us with really narrowing down our customer focus for our party game for entrepreneurs called Side Hustle. Now, this game has been a great success with entrepreneurs, very easy to play, to have fun at game night, but we knew that there was other different segments that would likely be buying this and for a number of different reasons. So I'm going to show you how you do that with, again, a simple copy and paste recipe. So first and foremost, here's the process. I'm going to show you how easy it is. In Claude.AI by Anthropic, which is my AI of choice for this recipe in particular, I'm going to start with a few key variables. 1 is my avatar, 2 is my niche, 3 is my product and service, and then 4 is additional context. And so let's just say avatar for this game in particular is Side Hustle. So the avatar is going to be entrepreneurs. Now the niche, let's go with board games. This game is a board game. And product or service, I'm going to put the name Side Hustle, the party game for entrepreneurs. All right, so I went and grabbed a blurb that I put together for this game beforehand. And it's a little bit more than 32 words, I think. But the point is that I'm really narrowing down my focus and giving it the key information. And so it's Side Hustle is a board game designed to make your side hurts with laughter while sparking your entrepreneurial creativity. Dive into a riot of fun with 240 cards, 1 die, 4 whiteboards, dry erase markers, and a 2-minute sand timer with sessions lasting anywhere between 15 and 45 minutes. Be prepared to be taken on a wild ride for your friends, family, or colleagues. And so whatever your product or service is, this is like basic context that AI needs to know. So it doesn't think that Side Hustle is like a game that's just giving you, let's just say, like actual like real business structure and ideas and implementation. It knows it's a fun board game. And so just basic context. Okay. All right, so now that I've got the context, what I'm going to do is paste my creative brief recipe in here and simply select enter. Now this recipe is designed to, you don't really have to make any additional modifications of it. What it's going to help me do is identify what the promises of the brand, the solution that I provide, who are the customer avatars, the segments of my market that I can serve, and how is Side Hustle a solution for them? What are some sales arguments alongside that? As you can see here, we've gone through promise, problem, and solution, and now our first audience, entrepreneurs, second audience, entrepreneurs, and third audience, corporate professionals. And so when I'm looking at this, I'm thinking that the message and the marketing content speaking to each one of these segments of our audience is going to be different. A corporate professional is going to have different desires, different pain points, different wants for having fun on game night that Side Hustle is going to cater to versus an entrepreneur or an entrepreneur. And so as you can see here, it's coming up with these different target markets. It's coming up with different phrases and ways that I can define my unique selling propositions. And again, this is all stuff that's really foundational for any product, any service that you're going to be putting out there, so you can identify what are all the key risks, the ways that you can offer this product, how can you minimize the risk, what accessories, as you can see, expansion packs, t-shirts and swag, different bonuses, online community access, and then campaign ideas. So what are some ways that we can market this product? Well, YouTube, hosting live streams, Instagram, user-generated content, TikToks with funny skits. That's great. And so I've got all these ideas now that I can start and build from, and I can use AI to help me create all of this content too. But also, if I'm coming out with a campaign, I'm going to make sure that my content has a style guide, that I know what logos, what fonts, and what color scheme I'm using. And AI is literally just giving me an idea of where I could start and base from. Now, we've already got a lot of the color scheme and the fonts and stuff laid out. So I would just make edits after the fact to put this in. But we also get down to the tone of voice now, where it's based on what I've given it, saying Side Hustle is a fun, cheeky, and passionate brand voice. It approaches entrepreneurship with a casual, tongue-in-cheek style, encourages creativity, doesn't take itself too seriously. The brand voice should energize people as inner entrepreneur through humor and lighthearted fun. That's absolutely on point. I can tell you from experience in playing this game. And now here we go. We're going a step further. Now that we've got our content brief, and now that we've got like our style guide and how the brand voice is coming out. Well, now, like, what quotes can we use? Instagram captions, video scripts. What kind of listicles can we use to generate different marketing material that can educate these different audiences? Never would have really thought about that. What are 12 side hustle ideas perfect for introverts? Really easy listicle article, and then say, hey, here's a game for side hustle that you can play on game night. And so that is how, with just a simple avatar, niche, and primary goal, or a product or service with some context about your game, then let the recipe do the rest of the work. And now I can take this as my, like, fundamentally my blueprint that I can start from, and now go deeper and deeper into each one of these audience segments, which I do have a recipe for that called the buyer's brief, which goes over even deeper to all three. If I were to go down the path of entrepreneurs, and corporate professionals, I can now then take this and go even a step further and start to identify their pains, fears, desires, what makes them take action, what are their big goals, what are the pain points, the things that keep them up at night. But I'm going to be starting kind of blind if I don't have a plan to base off of and build from. And that is exactly what this creative brief is for. And that is how in less than 7 minutes, you can go from start to finish for a well-structured creative brief. They can act as the marketing roadmap for any product or service that you have to offer for maybe customer segments that you've never considered before, or go deeper on the ones that you're already serving. So hope that you find that useful. And if you want to try running this creative brief for yourself, the link probably somewhere around this video where you can go and get access to it and then start running it. I recommend Claude for this. You could also use ChatGPT, GPT-4 as well, but I find I'm getting really great responses here out of Claude. And as always, go ahead and like and subscribe this video if you found it helpful and useful. And let me know in the comments when you go through and run this brief, how it's working for you. All right, sound good? Sounds good. Now keep calm and AI on. Don't forget to subscribe.